Go.
Go.
Go. Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Three Nerds on a Sunday, where three nerd friends talk about all things nerd, geek, and pop culture related. I am one third of the nerd, Sonny, and the other two that make up the round table here is Manny and Frank.
I felt like you said that pretty quick this time around.
That was good.
I get good sometimes. Sometimes I'm on point with it. Sometimes, not so much.
Or sometimes you try to throw weird things like air horns and Good Morning Vietnam and
I never ever forget about that. Always gotta remember it.
Yep.
Gotta bring it back every now and then.
I'm glad we're doing this today, guys. I had a long week.
Yeah, it's funny because we pushed it back because someone wanted to catch up on a show, but they ended up doing it, so that's cool.
It ain't my fault. It's out of my control.
That's not true. How many shows has she like you guys watched again? And you just went like, forget you, Frank. I'm watching it all.
We tried like the first time, and we might try one more, and then after that, forget it. She just watches the whole series, and I'm still in the back, like on the third episode.
That's funny.
Wow.
And then I just never finish it. I just say, what happened? And then that's it.
I can't even do that. I just want to give up, and I don't even want to know anymore.
You don't even
If
want to
she
know?
skips ahead. Yeah, I give
You're
up
like,
on it.
I just want to erase
completely.
it from my life. You're basically
Yeah.
what you're saying.
Ruined.
Forget it
Completely
ever
ruined.
happened.
Oh,
All right, let's go into the
That's
news, guys.
how it goes.
let's do it.
All
who
right,
let-
man.
I'll
go
start.
first.
No, I'll start.
Oh,
Forget you.
go ahead, take
I'll start. Let's just get it out there. The Batman is delayed until 2022 now, March 4th, 2022. It was originally scheduled for June 25th, 2021. Oh. And then it was supposed to be October 1st, 2021. And now it has now been pushed back all the way to 2022 in March. Sad face.
I missed the October one. I thought it was still like earlier in 2021. So I
No,
guess
it was
I'm
October.
behind.
And I thought it was gonna be so cool to get Batman in like Halloween, and then supposedly it's like based off of Long Halloween. Like it would have been perfect. So
yeah,
unfortunately, it's not going to happen.
What's the date again? April 2022.
March 4th, 2022, which is kind of weird. I wonder how they come up with these dates. Yeah,
that's probably some kind of placeholder, like a quarterly one or something. And they'll push it again.
Oh yeah.
And there's some other news that possibly the Wonder Woman movie might come out on streaming, but then the director has come out and said that no, it's going to hit theaters first. So
is the Batman? Did they say
on that one?
Is it because like they're so behind and they won't be able to edit it in time, or is it like combination of theaters and stuff, or what is it?
I think it's a combination of both, but I think the last stop, is kind of what got it.
Yeah, they started, and 2 days later they stopped for 2 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's got to be hard, man.
It ain't fun.
A lot of setup to do for that.
Yeah.
All right, who's next?
Let's see here. I got Don't Breathe 2. Stephen Lang has finished filming his scenes. And it looks like all the actors are pretty much done. They're pretty much getting ready to go into post-production here and editing and stuff like that. So this is actually on track to come out next year as scheduled.
Dude, how old is that first movie? Like 2009?
No, was it
2012 at best?
Don't Breathe.
2016. What the hell's wrong with me?
I don't know.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
See, the thing is, I like that movie. I just don't even remember what happened to Stephen Lang. Like, I thought he died. You could have told me he died, and I would have believed you.
Well, I mean, you don't really pay attention to things like that sometimes. Like, we have to like Frank. You remember that one time that guy died? No. Oh, okay. But
I guess you're right. I haven't seen it since the first time.
Yeah, I mean, this was I said it was not surprise. I think it was not. I think it was a surprise for most people. They thought it was gonna come out, maybe making some money back and kind of stay in theaters and leave. But it got good ratings. Fans liked it. Money, so they definitely came into it. Yeah, I mean,
I mean, why not, right?
yeah, I really did enjoy the first one. It was definitely more of a censory horror film. You know, lot of noises and a
Mm,
lot of stuff like that. But it worked in the context of the movie, and it really made everything just kind of sound amped up, which really helps with the tension in that film. And the acting was really good in it too. So,
hmm
like most horror movies, they always leave themselves open for more sequels, possibly. Um, Sam Raimi, I believe, was the producer on it,
Yeah, I think so.
and I'm trying to find that quote real quick. He ends up saying like, "Oh, like this is one of the best sequel ideas I ever heard in my life." Like,
Mm.
relax, sir, relax. But I'm I'm excited for it. I'm always interested to see what they can do with a sequel to something that probably doesn't need it, but could be surprising again.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Okay.
E-
So post production, do you think it'll be one of those like direct to digital maybe or no?
no, no, this is going straight to theaters first.
Mm.
Not if Sam Raimi said it's the best sequel he's ever heard.
That's my
Okay.
first piece. Franklin Footer, you can take the next one.
Okay. There was a PlayStation 5 teardown video. Did you guys see that?
What is
I
the
heard of it.
teardown?
I've not seen it.
It is it's like a hardware break apart, take apart video
Shows you
where
what you made of
so
it.
yeah, one of the engineer guys just took it apart and
Oh,
explains all the pieces and what they were thinking about when they
yeah.
designed it. I thought it was cool just as far as I was used to be in computers more, not
Mhm.
anymore, not really anymore, but I thought it was cool from that point of view. Um, it had some interesting stuff in it. I mean, there's like they seem like really paranoid about the cooling.
Mhm.
Um, and then that's why it's so gigantic. It's like really huge. It's like the size of this guy's torso, basically, like half his body, the size. Um, and I mean, a couple of cool things that might translate for us is like the panels come off really easy on the sides. So already people are going crazy, like making up ideas for custom PS5s, like
Uh,
you know,
that's,
paint jobs and stuff like
that's
that.
kind of cool, actually. Yeah, because
Yeah.
shit, I think like with that Xbox, if I remember like the Xbox Slim version,
hmm
that was hard. You just even take out the hard drive because you feel like you're gonna break it. It was just like, oh no, like if I go too
Yeah.
far, I just ruined the whole thing.
Oh
But
yeah.
yeah, it sounds like clip, all done. Those are nice little like small touches that make you go like, yeah, this is definitely where I should lean towards with
Yeah. The
console stuff.
panels was like it looked like the easiest part. Like he just took that off right away, no problem.
Mhm.
Um, so I hopefully there's a market for these crazy customizers to do stuff.
Oh
And
yeah.
because I don't really want to have it stock white for too long because I want like a Spider-Man one or something cool like that. But one of the things they showed is that you can't really attach a hard drive unless you open it and stick it inside. Um, and I think that's for one of like the super special fast ones. You could connect like an external, but it doesn't like have the same capabilities as the one that's built in.
Mhm.
But if you want to expand like the super fast one that they developed, you would
Mhm.
have to buy like a really expensive one and stick it inside. But eventually those will get cheaper. But right now it's definitely not worth the prices that they're looking at. And Sony hasn't really told us which ones are actually compatible. So it's still too
Uh,
early for that. But the reason I just keep thinking about it is because I know I'm going to run out of space real quick because
yeah,
there's less than 1 terabyte on that thing stock.
yeah, yeah. And if the file sizes of the games towards the end of the PlayStation cycle is any indication, that's gonna
Yeah. I
it's gonna
mean, what
hurt
is
real.
it? Like 100 gigs, 150?
Yeah, on average now they're like
Yeah, it's
80,
a lot, man.
80, 100. It's crazy.
They're also doing some kind of weird cooling that I never heard of called liquid metal cooling.
Mm.
And they showed, yeah, it was really cool. I was like, man, it was got a freaking T1000 in that thing. But
Yeah.
It was
dynamic
really just
front.
cool to me, like showing the technology, because I haven't followed that stuff for a while, so there's a lot of stuff that's changed, but a lot of stuff that's the same.
Mhm.
And then there's like a dust catcher, where you could like stick your vacuum like right on that spot and just sucks out the dust, like it collects it there or something.
Yeah,
So
like
maybe it'd be easier to get the dust out, but I don't know.
like these like I don't know about like RAM and
Mm-hmm.
this all these other fancy words about computer stuff, but like these small
Yeah.
stuff on the console really does me go like, okay, they actually put a lot of time and effort into the thought process with this console instead of like we can make games faster and prettier. It's we're actually thinking like long term with this console. You know, like the 360 was cool, but
Mm-hmm.
that red
Remember the faceplates and stuff?
yeah, all that kind of stuff is just like, but like this one, like, hey, to clean the vent, just use your vacuum, do this and that, and panels come off really easy. Just
Mm-hmm.
it's a small touches that go a long way
Yeah.
for me personally. But
No, yeah, I agree. Um, yeah, so I hope that's a thing, and it looks like the heatsink is really big, man. It's like 3/4 of the size of the machine, and the fan is really big. I mean, it's like the size of your face, basically. It's really big. So looks like they're really focused on cooling and stuff. But anyway, it was like a almost 10-minute video. So he just explains all the parts and just pulls it apart. Kind of shows you the machine.
nice. Oh. Do you have anything else on that, or should we move on to the next article?
Nope. That was it for me.
You got anything else, Manny, on your list?
I believe I got one more. Let me see. Next one I got is and you guys maybe know this actor, Benedict Cumberbatch is joining Spider-Man 3. I wonder who he's gonna play. But it just was announced that he is possibly joining Spider-Man 3. So yeah, we'll see what character he plays.
Butler.
Oh wait, he plays Doctor Strange.
What?
I was like, wait a minute. This is a trick.
So it's almost really does confirm the Spider-Verse, no?
It has to, man. And
I
there's
mean,
there's too many things that are in this, like too many rumors and then obviously the end of Spidey 2.
if Doctor Strange's movie is called, what is it? Something multiverse?
Yeah,
maybe-
or no.
The
The many multiverse, the dark multiverse. I don't even know, something like that.
It's like it was like horror.
Why are we so
madness.
bad about the Multiverse of Madness? That's what
Thank
it
you.
is. In the
wrong.
Multiverse of Madness. So
It has to be. There's nothing else that could be.
some of the rumors I've been seeing is that maybe this is how Sony gets back Sony gets back Spider-Man. That this is rumored.
But can't
to
they
be the
take
last
them whenever they
Spider-Man.
feel like it?
Maybe Marvel doesn't just want to deal with it, so they're
Hmm.
just gonna get one last hurrah, and then there you go,
Yeah.
have him back.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I thought that was kind of cool news.
No, that
I
is.
think we all thought that.
I really want that movie. I mean, that would be awesome, man.
That one's so excited for his
Because I mean, Spider-Verse was so refreshing. So if they could do that in the movies,
I mean, it'd be interesting to see how that'd work out. But yeah, make it good and make us happy.
If we did get a Spider-Verse, would you guys be open to getting Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire back?
Yeah, just out of like consistency and like seeing them come back.
I think it's going to be more of a cameo thing if they do come back, like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
But I think it'd just be kind of cool to see, like, obviously they aged and stuff like that. It's just kind of cool to see them play like all the versions of those characters.
Mm-hmm.
And
well, maybe they could use that to be like, these guys have been through some stuff now.
Yeah, just
something like that.
Like there's a good potential there to tell a really cool story and kind of like go like kind of like I don't know, again, like feel out to these characters where they've been after a couple years. Like
Mm-hmm.
maybe Tobey Maguire's divorced or sad or like, oh, I stopped being Spider-Man like 10 times, whatever.
He's basically Peter B. Parker from.
Just some weird stuff like that. Again, like this stuff could be cool.
Yeah, man.
They
This
do
is
bring
probably
in
the most
good
crazy
writers.
thing to attempt in a long time.
Yeah, since the Avengers Part 1, this would definitely be like
Yeah.
a really big undertaking. So we's excited.
I just I don't want to get too excited because I know it's a long time away.
Sure.
That's why I'm not jumping for joy, but it's a
Yeah.
really cool idea and everything. And it'd
It's
be
not-
great, man, to see those two guys come back, have all the on-screen Spider-Mans together.
Yeah.
Even Jonah.
But they have to do the point though. Oh.
And they got to put Sam Raimi's brother in there.
Oh, he's going to be in
Bruce
this for
Campbell
sure.
too.
Well, yeah, we gotta have Bruce Campbell.
Yeah.
He's like the doorman.
And Cumberbatch. That'd be good, man. I would be so down.
All right, that's it for that one.
All right.
So my next news article. Both of these are PS5 news related, so I'll just kind of hit both points.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone buying a PlayStation 5, you're in luck because, with the exception of 10 titles, every other PlayStation 4 game is compatible with this new one. All you gotta do is just pop it in and you can play it.
Yeah, that's good news, man.
Now, the 10 games that aren't allowed or that won't be carried over are DWVR. I don't know what that is. It's probably a word.
Yeah, some really unknown games were on the
yeah.
list.
Afro Samurai 2, TT Isles of Man.
It's really weird.
Just deal with it. Shadow Complex Remastered, Robinson, The Journey, We Sing, Hitman Go Definitive Edition, Shadwin, and Joe's Diner.
Oh,
So with the
no,
exception
not Joe's Diner.
I know, right? Not Hitman Go. Come on. Yeah, man. It's really good news. A lot of these said day one. They're like 99% compatible day one.
Yeah.
A lot of them you can bring your save over, even like on Tsushima. So I don't have to start over.
I haven't really kept up with this whole PlayStation 5 backward compatibility news because I don't really care about it. But if this is true, then Frank, why in the hell do you want to keep your PlayStation 4?
I don't know. I mean, I didn't really know this until like 2 days ago. And then I kind of previous to that, I had it in my head that I wasn't going to get rid of it. But I think you guys convinced me today. There's really no reason at this point, unless I want a jet engine sitting in my living room.
I mean, you especially, you don't play old games or as soon as you put it down, go, I'm done with you.
Well, yeah, I mean, I can't do a 40-hour game twice. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
No matter how good, even God of War and stuff like that.
Just get rid of it. Leave it.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to. I was playing Call of Duty last night after Nicole fell asleep on me. I was like, well, what's the point of this? I turned the show off and I go to play, and the freaking thing was so loud, man. I could hear it over the headphones, over the game I was playing. I was like, my God, this thing is ridiculous. So yeah, I think I'm due for an upgrade because I got the original. I don't even have a Slim. I don't even have a Pro. So I've had this one for 6 years. So.
Okay. So as you spoiled one of my news articles,
Sorry, sir.
Here's some games that are coming with upgrades, free upgrades when you move over to the PlayStation 5. Just I'm not going through the whole list. Just kind of name a couple of big ones. Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Borderlands 3, Cyberpunk, FIFA 21, Madden 21. Anything else here? The Witcher 3, The Wild Hunt, Watch Dogs, Yakuza, Like a Dragon. And then for paid upgrades, Call of Duty, Cold War, Control Ultimate Edition, Marvel Spider-Man Remastered, and not NW. What the hell is wrong with me? NBA 2K21 will be paid upgrades. And like Frank said earlier, it was announced yesterday that Ghost of Tsushima, it will be available day one for an upgrade, with your
Oh yeah,
PlayStation. And the awesome news is that your game file transfers over. You don't have to start from the beginning. You just pick up and go.
God
Uh,
yes.
Not all the games have the transfer file, but a good number of ones do.
Yeah.
So it's just cool that this one says, "Hey, day one, you start playing on PS5, transfers over, just pick up and go, and that's it."
Some of
So
them have additional upgrades beyond just compatibility. They have like frame rates and loading and stuff like that, but it depends
yeah,
on the developer.
yeah, additional pylons are needed. Um, but yeah, that I
StarCraft, I missed that game.
I think those are I think there's just more good news for PS5. The reason
Yeah, man.
why people should just buy that instead of anything else.
The other thing
Uh,
I heard is that PSVR will work. All the games for that
oh,
will work. You need a camera adapter, which Sony is going to give out for free, which really surprised me.
hey,
You can't use like the new PS5 camera with the old PSVR, so you gotta use everything from the old console, the old version. But you need an adapter, I guess, to plug it in probably.
yeah,
But they said they're gonna give that out for free, the little adapter. So
that's cool.
It's
'Cause they
cool.
could
yeah.
30
So I
bucks.
mean, because VR already is like, you could tell it's very limited by the PS4 because it
Right.
just can't handle the graphics and the performance. So I hope that that stuff improves for the next game because I ordered a copy of Squadrons,
Mhm.
which came out I think last week. Um, yeah, I'm supposed to get mine this coming week, so I'm gonna try that out. But people are saying that in VR it's pretty cool. Um,
Can
the only
imagine.
problem really is that those uh, those like flight stick things, they are really expensive right now because there was no demand for it before, but now all of a sudden there is, and there's no supply. So we all
Right.
know what happens when that happens. eBay goes to town and they want $200 for a freaking flight stick. So I mean, I'm not getting
Yeah.
that, um, but I do want to try it in VR though.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
Hmm.
Um, that's really it for my news. I don't think there was that much newsworthy stuff besides
Hmm.
these couple things. That's it for me.
I got two more. Manny, do you got
Let's
any?
No, you go,
Okay.
Frank.
All right. So Fat Man. Have you guys heard of
uh,
this movie? I don't think Manny you have.
Nope.
uh, I haven't seen the
Fat
trailer, but
Man.
I saw the thumbnail.
Yeah. So I saw the thumbnail and I ignored it, and then another channel that I follow on YouTube was talking about it, and they were like, "This looks great." So I checked out the trailer for myself, and yeah, it looks funny. Mel Gibson basically plays Santa Claus, like a real life one that somehow like he's like jaded now and he knows how to use guns or something. It's
Oh
really
my
weird.
god.
It's like the weirdest, stupidest thing ever.
um,
But the trailer looks funny and entertaining, and Walton Goggins is like after him to kill him for some reason, and like just watch the trailer. Like this is just like the stupidest thing ever with like guns and action. Like it might be funny and entertaining. So to me, I think I will watch it. Yeah, I didn't think I would honestly because I was like Fat Man, and then I saw the picture of Mel Gibson. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, what is this? I'm skipping this. But after I saw the trailer, I thought it was funny, man. So just check it out and see what you think. But I don't know.
just rolls up.
Really weird concept, man. But
You get
seems
me
funny though.
12 years old. I'm gonna shoot you in your ass. I'm like, oh my god, run!
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And it's
mean,
being done by Saban Films, the Power Rangers
okay,
guys,
yeah, okay.
which is very
Uh,
strange.
yeah, it's just, I mean, you got Mel Gibson, you got Walton Goggins. I'm in on that.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. That's the
I'm,
kind of
I,
thing.
I'm gonna watch the trailer. Because again, it can go two ways. There's only one with this or that. It's either gonna be an awesome movie that you just sit back with a couple beers and have amazing fun, or it's exactly what it was gonna be, terrible. So
Yeah.
there's no in
Yeah.
between.
I mean, if it's terrible, just turn it off, man. Move on with your life. But the trailer seems kind of funny and entertaining, so I think I'll try it out. But I don't really know when this is coming out. I don't know a lot about it besides the trailer, so
Oh,
So
that's good.
I don't really have that info, but I just thought it was funny. So check out the trailer.
Uh, are trailers now coming out like on different days now, just whenever they feel like it?
Whenever, man. It's like
I
Yeah,
every
didn't
day.
I didn't know trailers came out on certain days.
typically it was
That's
like a
true.
Tuesday or Wednesday. They would usually pop off, but like unless it's a big movie, like let's say Fast and Furious. Oh, Friday night you watch
Mm.
it. Usually it was like Tuesday and Wednesday. They kind of came out like usually that's kind of like a standard time that they would come out. But now, whatever.
I always thought it was like DVD releases were on Tuesdays, but
Yeah,
I didn't really know trailers were that day. But
yeah.
now it's like
It
definitely
usually
out the
came
window,
out like
man. It's any day,
yeah, now
really.
it's whatever. Yeah, because I was thinking of doing like a little mini show on Facebook called Trailer Talk Boys, just talk about like movie trailers.
Yeah.
But now it's kind of just sporadic. Where like, do I wait until like the day before the show to catch up, or everything came out on Monday? Well, shit, no, I don't know when to do it.
Oh, I get you.
Yeah, because I
Well, you
generally
have to catch it on the next one.
yeah, so I was just like, but that's a long time. Because let's say it comes out on Thursday, and I do it on Tuesday.
Yeah, but then nobody cares.
There's no point
Old
talking
news.
about it. So yeah, so
Yeah,
that's a little upsetting for me.
that's
But
one of the things with like having a topic show like that where it's like current events.
yeah,
So 2 years later doesn't really matter.
yeah, I'm like, whatever, I don't care.
My last news is Microsoft is partnering with GameStop. Did you
Okay.
guys hear about that?
I did, and I read a little bit about it today.
Yeah. I mean, I read a little bit about it. They just said that they're going to help them with giving them some technology, some, their web services and everything for Microsoft, so they can kind of use that stuff and, better serve their customers, quote unquote, which
Mhm.
basically means they're going to track you and stuff like that. But they're going to
Yeah,
offer
always.
the Xbox All Access stuff.
Mhm.
So that, if you don't know what that is, that's the monthly payments for an Xbox. So I think right now you can only get that directly from Microsoft, but I think with this partnership, they said you can do that in the store in GameStop.
No, I believe you can get it from Best Buy too.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I think
I
Best
don't
Buy's
really
the
know
other
that,
one.
but
And I know they're giving them like Surface tablets, I guess, to ring out stuff and all that. Like they're really revamping everything on them. So that's kind of cool that Microsoft is just putting money into GameStop.
Mhm.
We'll see if they're gonna buy them out.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. GameStop might not be dead as we think, but they are in pretty rough shape. But I mean, who
Yeah.
knows? There seems to be a lot of interest in keeping them alive. The former president of, I think, Nintendo United for the United States, he joined their team as kind of a business, I don't know, person to help them stay afloat. And then now this Microsoft thing, so it might not be going away, but we'll see. I did ask one of the guys. I went into a GameStop like 3 months ago when they were closing all the stores, and the guy was trying to push stuff on me. He was like, "Do you want to pre-order something? It's coming out next year." I'm like, "Aren't you guys gonna close like a lot of stores? Like, why would I pre-order this?" Like, I didn't even mean it to be a jerk. I was just like,
Sure.
just asking him in general. And I was like, "Why would I do that?" And he was like, "No, we're not closing nothing." I was like, I was like, "What?" I was like, "Okay, man. I mean, no, thank you, but I don't know if your store is even gonna be open. Like, that's crazy. I don't know." But maybe he didn't know yet, or who knows what. But I thought that was
Is the
weird.
store still open? The
It's
one that
still
you went
open.
to?
Yeah, yeah. But it's one of those stores where there's like another two within like 5 miles.
Oh God.
So it's like there's three of them in one area. It's like you don't need that many.
Yeah, there is.
So
Yeah, like here, I think Riverside, you have
yeah.
one right outside the mall and one right in the mall.
Mhm. That's what's weird about it.
Yeah.
Hey, I lied. I have one more news.
Please go ahead.
Do you guys know the comic Invincible
I
I
do.
do.
Yes.
by Robert Kirkman?
Yep.
There's a trailer for Amazon Prime series that's coming out about that show, but it's not live action. It's going to be
Yeah.
animated.
Cool.
Did you
That's
guys
actually.
watch it or not?
Maybe I'll watch the trailer, but no.
Yeah, check the
Uh,
trailer
I'll
out. I
watch the
didn't read
trailer.
too much of the comic. I read like maybe 5 issues. I did like it. It's very long. It's kind of like Walking Dead at this point. It's like 20 volumes. I don't even know.
It is really good.
But I
I'm
heard
not
it's
up at all.
good
But
and it's kind of gory. It's like for a superhero
Oh.
show, like they use the powers in a way where like kind of like The Boys, like a super speed person runs into a normal person, they get splatter into a million pieces. Kind of like that. Like there's a lot of gore to it.
oh yeah, it's yeah, it has its moments where it's just like, my God, what have you done?
Yeah, pretty insane stuff. The trailer looks good. I mean, it looks pretty much exactly the comics. So I will check it out.
I'm actually waiting for Thief of Thieves to
Mm,
finally make its showing. I
dude,
know
that would be good.
AMC bought them a long time ago, and it just never worked out.
I mean, Kirkman always has good ideas. It's just like they just focus so hard on Walking Dead, even a spin-off show, and they never bothered to do any of his other stuff. So I thought this was going to be live action, but no, it's completely animated. So I hope it gets at least a few seasons. It looks good. I mean, the voice acting is good. I forgot who was part of it, but it does sound pretty good, and it looks good too.
Nice. Cool. Yeah, I'll definitely check out that trailer because I think I saw the headline. I'm like, I'll read it later.
Yeah, I was
So.
kind of like, sure.
Cool beans. I'll check it out.
J.K. Simmons, I think, is in
There
it.
you go. That's who
Seth
it is.
Rogen, Sandra Oh,
There's some names in there.
Hamill. Whoa, hold on.
Yeah. Yeah, they got your. They had your. What is that stupid quote?
Oh wow.
They had your curiosity. No, they had your attention, but now they have your curiosity.
Yeah.
Steven Yeun.
Oh, the other way.
The guy from Walking Dead's in there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. They got some heavy hitters.
Yeah, they got some names, man.
Super heavy hitters.
I want to watch it, man. It looks pretty good. Looks colorful and looks just like the comic.
It looked pretty. Huh.
The trailer doesn't.
They have a
away or
lot of known people in here.
Man, I'm looking at this right now. They have the girl who played Domino in the Deadpool movie. Your boy Goggins is in it.
Oh boy.
Andrew Ranellis. I think that's how you pronounce his last name.
Who's that guy again?
I just like him. He was in Girls.
Okay.
He's in another movie. I just really like.
He's in a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I have an idea you're talking about. I'm not sure, but
Me and Mark Hamill.
Super funny. His dialogue is always super funny.
Nice. It'd be good.
Yeah, so it sounds like excited for this now.
Zachary Quinto. He's always great.
Yeah.
He plays some kind of robot, which makes sense for him.
Goggins.
Yeah. I love that guy.
God,
I love that guy. I mean, he carried like part of the Hateful Eight for a while, dude. Like the whole shit talking he was doing in the wagon.
Did you watch Gemstones?
I did. Yeah, I watched some of it. Yeah, he's really good in that too, man. I need to watch more. I mean, him and what's his name, McBride. Anytime they're together, like they were in the Substitutes show as well.
Oh yes.
Or the principals or whatever, vice principals. Yeah.
Yeah, that was funny.
They're freaking funny. Those two guys. Couple of smart asses, man. They're really funny together.
Yeah. So
this could be good. I just hope it doesn't get ignored and they just kill it right away because it's a long-running comic and I don't know, man. I just really hope it continues. They really put some effort in here. Like all these names, it's not cheap to get these guys to do this.
I think it might be because when it comes to voice acting, everyone usually gets.
Think so?
Yeah, because like there's like
this many though. You can get 2 or 3, but the 8 and 9 of them.
I don't know. I don't know the specific rule or if it's like something like that, but like voice acting is paid like a flat rate. That's how
Like what? Like we'll give you $1,000 for the whole season,
bro.
Kind of thing.
Like he's not going for cheap.
Like DreamWorks got like you know when they did Kung Fu Panda, they got all those big names because they didn't have to pay them like they paid them. They had to pay them like $1 million just to say like 2 lines. Because as far as I'm aware, there's like like again like
God damn.
that gives you like
imagine that shit.
Right, where like you're a big star, we can only pay you so much. Now they could pay more if they want to, but there's like a flat pay rate when it comes to like voice acting, from what I heard.
Yeah. Well, either way, man, it's still impressive cast, and
Oh no, yeah. I mean, it's not like a
it's
fantastic.
just like actual comic books have a low amount of actual fans who read month to month, and then
Sure.
the fact that it's animated and there's so much saturation in the market, I just really don't want it to get ignored and then killed right away.
I
'Cause I
mean,
don't know how do they decide like what's a failure? Like it's not like you're paying to watch the show. Like you are a Prime member, of course, but I don't know how they determine that. Like it's
I
just
mean,
The views.
yeah, the views.
and like even like a good show gets ignored because there's so many shows, man. I mean,
Oh yeah.
No,
you can't watch
if
them all.
it's good, there's still people watching it. They'll put it
Guess
over
so.
it.
That is
The bingers and stuff. I don't know, but
Yeah.
man. Anyway, it looks decent. Watch the trailer, and I hope it sticks around.
it could still avoid the people who want more power stuff, like they kind of like voidish kind of thing. Like, I want to see more of this kind of like this kind of style of power stuff and
Yeah.
thing. So that it could be like, well, this could hold me over until season 3 comes out, all that kind of stuff. Because I think that's how Vikings lasted for so long. Because it was Game of Thrones, and then Game of Thrones would end their season, then Vikings was like, hey, we can fill that void for you. So they were around for like five, 6 seasons. Good show. Like, don't get me wrong, it takes a while for it to really get going, but I like that kind of like fills a niche.
Yeah, no. I mean, that's a good strategy on their part
Yeah. So
because you don't want to go up against that.
no, you don't.
So you like the off-season show, but yeah.
It's more. It's more.
All right, man. That was all my news. I know I had a lot, but that was it.
Is it time for the nerd outs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to nerd out all over the
Oh, God.
audio here?
Keyboard everywhere. Just
Oh
everywhere.
my god.
Like I know it. I'll tell you.
Let's not.
I'll go first. I'll stop this conversation. I'll go first.
Station.
I finished Ratchet.
Oh,
I also finished The Boys,
Say bye.
and I
man.
finished Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous.
nice. You're killing Joes, man, left and right.
Yeah, I was hoping to watch a little more of Fly Manor, but I'll talk a little bit more
Mhm.
about that. So I'll first start with Ratchet.
Mhm.
Ratchet, it was very American Horror Story without the horror in it. There was some like thriller parts. I would say out of 10, it was probably maybe a 5, maybe even a 6. Nothing too special. If you like American Horror Story, you're gonna like this because it has Sarah Paulson.
Mhm.
It has the guy. I forgot his name. I'll probably look it up. But he became well known in Freak Show because he played Danny Boy, and that was really good. He reminded me a lot of a Joker. He would have played a great Joker.
Oh, wait a
And
minute.
his name is Flynn Withrock.
Is he
So,
the guy who was actually in American Horror Story?
Yeah, he's in American.
Yeah, he
he's
was,
in
right?
Freak Show. Yeah, he started in Freak Show, and then he was somewhere. He's in the rest of the show
He's
now.
in the camp one, right? The 80s one.
I didn't
Finn
finish
Whitrock.
it.
Yeah. This guy.
Yeah, he's for sure in Freak Show. And Freak Show, I think, is where he really stood out
Let me
because he was
ask you
kind of crazy
something.
there.
There was a screenshot. Is he supposed to be like Jack Nicholson's character? Okay.
This is way
They made
before
it seem like it,
this.
dude, in the screenshot.
Yeah, maybe, but no, this is way before it.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Well,
that was
because
good.
this lady, sorry, man, the Ratchet lady is like an old lady in the Nicholson movie, right? And then
She's
this
the main
show, she's
nurse
young.
in the Nicholson movie. Yeah, so she's a little bit younger in this one.
Mm.
I can't tell you how many, maybe 20 years difference between the movie and this one. I can't remember the actual year that they put in it. But it was good. To me it doesn't follow the movie too much. Or I still can't see the character Ratchet from the movie being Sarah Paulson's Ratchet.
Okay.
It just doesn't fit yet. So in some cases it does, but as a whole, it does not. So
Yeah.
it's more like just using, hey, this is the same character from One Who Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. So finished that one. It was all right. Which one's the
Okay.
other one I finished? The Boys.
Yeah, The
Finished The Boys
Boys.
yesterday. Season episode 8 was this past Friday, and I'll tell you, man, from the first 3 episodes to episode 4 and on, to me, completely different. I think I'm gonna watch again the first 3 episodes because maybe I missed something, but it really didn't give you that that thriller, that shock and awe that The Boys was known for me, and that I love The Boys for.
Yeah.
Last season or the last 4 episodes, great. Like it was everything that the first season was, and a little more some.
Wow.
So that was great.
You really got to start it.
The last episode was pretty darn good. I just don't agree with something that happened. But then I read what the director said and what he thinks about it and what he thinks about what happened. And I'm like, okay, maybe I like it a little bit more then. And then the surprise one that I didn't anticipate watching was Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous, which is basically a kid's show that expands or that's in the same universe as Jurassic World. It's kind of cool because it takes place before the movie, during the movie, and then after the first movie. Where when I was first watching it, I didn't really know where this fit in.
Yeah.
And it's kind of cool because in the show, they give you almost like little marks to tell you where in the movie this part is happening, which is kind of cool. Like you see the owner's helicopter.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't really realize that. Like there was a scene in Jurassic World where he's driving his helicopter or flying his helicopter. And I saw the show. I'm like, oh, that's probably the owner. And they mentioned a little bit later that was the owner. And then never talked. Or they always try to get like one of the main characters on screen.
Yeah.
But they never
like
showed
Owen
up on
and stuff,
screen.
or what?
Not so much Owen, but who's the girl, man? Who's the one that?
Aunt whatever.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember her name.
Bryce.
Yeah,
Dallas
Bryce
Howard.
Dallas. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
They mentioned her character name, and she was never around. Well, because she's fucking running around with Owen.
Yeah.
So I thought that was kind of cool. Claire's Owen.
Oh yes, that's right. I watched that movie so many damn times. The kids don't stop asking for it.
One person who does show up is Dr. Wu. I don't think it was actual voice though. I'm gonna look it up right now and see. Didn't sound like him.
Yeah, it
Violet
might be like somebody who sounds like him or something.
Let me see if it was him. I don't think it was. Since he doesn't show up right away, I'm gonna say no, it's not him. But like I said, it gave you little pieces or little marks to show you where this movie's or where the scene is taking place, what's happening in the movie. It was really cool. The animation on the dinosaurs, perfect.
Very good.
Very good. I was surprised how good it was. The story is a little kiddie-ish, but there are some scenes where it's like, whoa, this is a kid show? Like it's still like people get
like
eaten
intense.
in it. Yeah. There's a scene that is a little bit later in the season that's a little more tense on it. And it's silly, but I mean it's a kid show, so it was pretty good.
Yeah.
But I think the dinosaurs look perfect.
Yeah.
Really freaking great.
I saw it in the feed in Netflix where it's saying, this show is coming out this month. And I saw, it's a Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous. And I was like, all right, man, maybe the kids want to watch it. Put it on the list. It came out, and it was like one of those days where the kids are kind of bored. I'm like, all right, let's try it. There's a new Jurassic show. They like to watch World a lot. So put it on for a while. I was surprised, man. I was like, hey, this ain't bad, man.
No,
this really ain't half bad.
No, it's not bad. I think that's it. I haven't really done too much other stuff.
A lot, though. You knocked out 3 shows, man. What kind of show are you looking at next? I mean, besides the one that I haven't really kept up with you guys.
Man, I might start Cobra Kai pretty soon.
That's getting so much notoriety, man. Like
because it's on Netflix now. That's
Yeah,
the only reason why.
that's basically it. Yeah.
It picked up a little bit on YouTube, but Netflix just blows up everything.
Yeah, man. It's like
So I might
trending
watch.
and everything, man. It's crazy.
I might watch Cobra Kai, but I probably will watch the first movie fully, and then maybe the second one. I'm not sure. Maybe the first one. That's all I'm gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I do want to try that show, but I have too many other shows. Manor and Boys.
yeah,
So.
and that's it. And we're probably gonna talk about Manor. But that's all I've been kind of doing. Those are my shows that I've been watching.
Nice. Hey, you got some good shows then.
You want to go next, Frank, with your nerd ups?
Sure, I'll go. I have two, and then I'm gonna leave Blind Manor off because I only watched really one episode and like a quarter of the second one, and it's not because it was not good. It's just I just couldn't keep going. But I've been sticking on the horror vibe because we're getting close to October. I watched two movies on Hulu. One of them is called Pledge.
Okay.
And it's probably really cliche sounding, and it sort of is. It's like a, what do you call it, sorority thing with the whole pledging and the hazing. And but the movie surprised me. The performances I thought were good by all the kids and everything. It's really about these outcast kids who really want to party and they want to try and fit in and all that. So they keep going to these sororities and they keep getting kicked out. You know, people are like, "You guys are lame. Like, you guys are not cool. Get out of here." But then they get invited to another sorority, but it's like far away from campus. Like the house is like miles away, and they have to like walk there in the woods. And so they go there, and it escalates from there. And it's really more of a thriller rather than horror. But I mean, it has horror elements as far as like being in situations that are horrific and stuff like that. But I mean, it's like it's a little bit cookie cutter as far as like the description. But I thought it fit the thriller genre, and it did a pretty good job. I was entertained the whole time. The ending was kind of interesting to me. Like it's like one of those endings where you're like, where are these characters' lives going to be in, 10 years, 20 years after this movie ends. So it was cool from that point of view. And like I said, the acting was not bad at all. And there was some interesting thriller horror stuff going on. So it's on Hulu. It's called Pledge, and I think it's worth a watch, man. So check it out. And the other one is Books of Blood. Did you get? I don't know if you guys have Hulu. Do you guys have Hulu?
I do.
If you go on there, I think it's pretty prominently featured. It's got like
This is a new show, right?
Shot. Yeah, this is I thought it was a show, but it's a movie.
Oh, is Paulson in this?
No, Paulson's not in there. But someone looks like her. That kind of is. So maybe that's why you thought that. But I remember probably 10 or 12 years ago, I was really into Clive Barker. As a younger teen, like my friend, he was really into horror. So we would just randomly watch horror movies. We would watch a lot of Nightmare on Elm Street, like all of them, like all 5. And then we would watch Hellraiser too. And that one was always the creepiest to me. Like it was just like, God, it was just creepy, dude, on another level, And I remember when Midnight Meat Train first came out, if you guys remember that movie. That's another Clive Barker, and it was one of Bradley Cooper's earliest movies. I enjoyed that movie. I thought it was just crazy, and there was some kind of like indication that the Midnight Meat Train story came from one of Clive Barker's books, or something like that. And then I came across Books of Blood, and I ordered it on Amazon way long ago, like I was saying, like 10 years ago. And I was reading some of the stories, so it's like a horror book anthology, and I didn't even know this, but now there's like 6 or 8 volumes of this now. So it's, I mean, like modern day now, I kind of I'm kind of still into like horror anthology because of like the genre has produced a lot of movies like that, like VHS and some of those other movies. And then the podcast that me and Sunny listen to a lot, like these horror anthology ones. So this was like right up my alley. So when I saw Books of Blood, I was like, holy crap! I remember reading some of those stories, and so obviously it was like a no-brainer to watch it. And it's hard. I was kind of disappointed that it's not a series because obviously there's a ton of stories within Books of Blood, but but this one it covers like 3, and there is like a thread that connects them all, and it does pay off well at the end. Overall, I did enjoy this Books of Blood, and I think it's worth a watch. So I'm gonna recommend it to you guys. I did like it, and I don't know how well it stacks up to the books. Probably not too well, just because how can you live up to like a 20-year-old book that people love that's like 500 pages of short stories in like an hour and a half? You really can't. But I thought as a standalone movie, this was pretty good. Kind of like an intro to everything, and if you like this, you probably would enjoy the books as well. So I recommend it to you, man. It's pretty good, and if you have Hulu, I'd say why not, especially since it's October. You want to watch something horror, that's right there. So check it out. It is creepy, man. I mean, it has those like Clive Barker elements where it's really like super intense horror sometimes, but it is a little slow, I would say, and not in a bad way. But just don't expect like cheap jump scares and stuff. It's more like a little bit slower and stuff like that. But I thought that was pretty good though.
Yeah, his style of writing is pretty interesting. So it's always interesting to see his stuff be transferred over to film or television. His stuff is more. I believe is more visceral in its.
Yes, it is, man.
In storytelling, it's not like. Well, I don't want to compare him to Stephen King because they're both horror, they're both different, vastly different. But yeah, his stuff just feels more.
Clive Barker has issues, man. Like that's like the difference. Like I don't know.
Well, they both got issues. Well, they both got issues.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's.
Clive Barker's dark, dude. that guy goes dark. It is that without being like to a point where you don't want to watch it. It's not like that, but it's interesting and it's good.
Yeah. So.
And there was a point I was watching, and I was like, man, I really wish this was a show because this concept right here that they're exploring, that's interesting. Like, I wish they would go further, and who knows, maybe they'll make a second one or something. Yeah. Because obviously it's a long-running series and it's popular, and if the show does well, then maybe they will.
And you got some good stories in there, so.
It's kind of got like that, like it's kind of got like that central creepy character that almost narrates it but doesn't. Kind of like the Crypt Keeper or like the Creep Show guy, kind of like that.
Like a host.
But not as cheesy or anything.
Okay.
But the origin of the title kind of is explained in a pretty cool way. So.
Nice.
Check them both out, man. They're both on Hulu. If you got it, watch them.
If you got it, flaunt it.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, 'tis the season, so I'll probably put this higher on the list.
They're pretty good, man. They're worth watching.
It's Halloween month.
Heck yeah.
So I guess I'll move on to my Noid Dots. Since it's horror, since it's horror month, it's Halloween and everything. I'm strictly trying to watch horror stuff and bring out my nerd out. So before I get into my real nerd outs, just 2 recommendations. If you're into horror stuff and you want you don't want to listen to it, you actually prefer to read it. There's a little anthology book called Nightmare Soup. Um,
Mm-hmm.
it's just a collection of little short stories. Think of like what was that one? Scary Tales to Tell in the Dark.
Okay.
Same concept. Short stories, cool little short stories. Like horror based. I think there's like 3, 4 books maybe on them. If you're interested, you can you can find those on Amazon, or you can go to bookstores and get them. TV
Yeah.
wise, if you like to binge stuff that's more horror based, because TV horror is a little more hard to come by. Um, Penny Dreadful, if you can
Mm-hmm.
pick it up, watch it. Diva Green is absolutely fantastic in that show. She
She's very
definitely
good.
makes it. But it's very
Mm-hmm.
English gothic horror style, and it just
Pretty dark
visually,
too.
yeah, it's very dark. It's a visually beautiful show. So if you're looking for something to kind of binge watch, if you can find those, watch them. So I watched 3 movies this week.
Look
Two
at you.
were yeah, two were new to me, and one I remember watching as a kid, so I wanted to watch it, see if it was still as good as I remember. Yes, but so we'll start off with that one. Uh, Bats, 1999 movie starring Diamond Phillips. Um, oh boy, this movie is cheesy as hell, but it is fun. It's the CGI is terrible.
Yeah.
The practical effects with the bats are laughable. But you know what though, it all works. It just works.
Mm.
Just give a quick synopsis on the film. Basically, um, the CDC is secretly working on this project of bats that transfer other viruses to bats, but they chose these rare bats that like to attack humans. So they end up getting loose in Texas, and now Lou Diamond Phillips and this bat scientist have to find a way to kill all the bats and stop them from spreading, or it becomes an epidemic.
Yeah.
Um, I will say this movie is like an hour and 31 minutes long.
Yeah.
Once the movie starts, it goes. There's no long explanations or
That's great.
hey, let's spend an hour to build up to get where we're going. It's hey, the times are intact. Let's go. This has to be stopped now. So there none of that crap in there. It's cheesy. Like I said, this is very cheesy, and I can see why the kid. I was like, oh, this is so cool, because I was like 8.
Yeah.
It came
I
out. So
barely remember this, man. I think we saw it,
so
but I just don't remember.
yeah. So I was
I
like,
was hoping it was like a Batman movie, and then it wasn't.
uh,
Bats.
so
Lou
bats.
Diamond Phillips. Where did you watch this anyway?
I watched it on Prime.
Oh yeah, Prime's been adding some stuff lately.
You got Amazon Prime. Watch this cheesy, slucky movie from the end of the '90s.
Might as
Man,
well.
it's so
1999.
yeah, very tail end of the '90s. Just again, if you're looking for, if you have a Halloween party or friends over, you want to put in a cheesy movie. Bats is your go-to movie. Yeah.
Throw bats in the background.
Just throw it in the background, it's fine, and people will watch and laugh. Going to the next one, I watched Winchester, the 2018 horror thriller film.
Mm,
It's okay. I
yeah,
mean,
it was
it's
alright.
it was very average. Very, I feel like it's more like a. It's not even a cash in. Just like we need to put something out for the hard time people. This will do.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, like the cast is pretty good. The acting is better than I thought it would be for this type of film.
Mhm.
Um, Helen Mirren's in it, Jason Clark, and some other people you might see pop in other shows, movies.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, this is based technically close to, but also loosely on the Winchester Manor.
Right.
Uh,
Right.
Sarah Winchester inherited the Winchester Company from her husband, and she believes that the ghost of every death that came from one of the Henry firearms are haunting her
Right.
and are responsible for killing her husband and her son. So she built this house that must be under construction consistently uh, keep spirits at bay and to get them from stopping from killing her. Basically saying, "Hey, build this house for us, and we
Yeah.
won't kill you."
But she builds like staircases that don't go anywhere and like weird stuff like that, right?
Yes, because
Yeah.
partially is that, and partially is to confuse the ghosts, and she never takes the same way through the house, so they're not able to find her. Now, in the film, it goes a little bit different, where she's building these rooms to spec per ghost to heal them and send them back into the afterworld cleansed. Eh, eh,
Yeah.
yeah, this is a very average
It
film.
wasn't too entertaining, man.
Yeah, the jump scares, a couple of one are actually pretty good, but everything else is kind of middling at best. This is like when you talk about like mainstream average horror films. This is what they're talking about.
Yeah.
I don't see anyone going, "Yo, this is an amazing movie," or "This is a cult classic." It's like
No.
it's a movie.
Forgettable, man.
Very forgettable.
Yeah. I did see it, but yeah, like I said, I forgot it.
Yeah, I would give it a 4 out of 10. It's a hard pass. Even if you
Yeah.
have even if you have time to kill, you don't really need to see it. It's not
Is it
really.
on Prime too?
This one's on Netflix.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
so moving on from that for forgettable horror show, we'll move on to As Above, So Below. Came out
Okay.
2014. It's a POV film, so the
Mm-hmm.
lost footage genre films, like Blair Witch and all those type of films.
Yeah.
Personally, I think this is my favorite that I saw this week. I am a huge fan of POV horror films. I generally do like them. I partially I think it's because of um, the what's the word I'm looking for? The hint at a bigger world and more possibilities within that world. Because they just touch upon it and just go like, "Hey, we're gonna give you a little teaser. If you like it, we can make more because it's so cheap to do." Uh,
Yeah,
a-
pretty much.
as as above, so below. To me, the reason why it's one of my favorites in the genre is because first off, the characters, I won't say they're likable, but you don't hate them. They're not assholes. They're just regular people trying to do something. So, uh, this film, just get another quick synopsis. A
Mm-hmm.
archaeologist, Scarlett, is into alchemy, and her father was actually trying to find the Philosopher's Stone. So through her, after her father could commit suicide, she kind of takes on the burden of trying to find the stone as well. And it takes her to Paris, where she believes that it is located in the catacombs underneath Paris. And if you don't know what the catacombs are, thousands of dead bodies and bones are down there because it's the
Yeah.
catacombs that are all on this large tunnels underneath Paris that people could get in there lost if you don't have water, light. You're pretty much going to be dead. You can travel hours and days in there and still never make it towards the end. Uh,
Yeah, man. It's an
it's a really
interesting story behind
yeah
it.
it's a really cool setting for a horror film, and I think it does it pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
Again, these films don't tend to get good ratings, so if you look on Rotten Tomatoes and all that kind of stuff, it's a majority of a lot of these films are pretty low. But
Yeah.
if this is the type of genre you like, I would say check it out because again, and also what I really like about it is the scares do work,
Mm-hmm.
and 'cause it's so claustrophobic and so not like dark, but it's like you see something in the background. Oh shit, what's coming? And because you can't tell because you're in a tunnel. There's like you don't know if you're gonna hit a wall, if you're
Yeah.
gonna hit just a stack of bones of like hundreds of people. Um,
I was in
and
not to hijack you, but I
oh,
went to a cave in Tennessee or something as a attraction,
yeah,
and they did part of the tour was we go into the cave and then they turn off
turn
all the light sources.
yeah, they
It's
always do that.
so like ridiculously black. Like if you were ever trapped, you can't even see your finger 1 inch from your face. You can't see anything. So like Man, like, yeah, I love the concept behind this movie, man. It's really interesting.
Yeah. And again, with these films, there's a lot of jump scares, but I feel like they're earned, kind of like
Yeah,
James Bond type of horror, like jump scares where like they build up to it, and you actually get a
I
scare.
like these kind of movies, even though they don't get good ratings.
Yeah, and I like that this actually has an ending to it. It's not
Mhm.
like and everybody died and the camera. Yeah, like this has an actual story and ending, and I was yeah, I don't know, it just felt different. Like I felt like they actually
Mm,
put time and effort into it instead of just hey, let's go into the caves and make a scary movie and
yeah.
let's not make a good one. I thought this was done pretty well.
Have you seen it before or no?
No,
Oh, I
I
thought you did.
no,
Okay.
actually I bought it and I never watched it because I was
Yeah.
like I'll get around and then I'm like you know what it's Halloween fuck it I'm gonna put it on.
I remember you gave me the code because I was
Yeah,
like,
I watched
I
it.
didn't see it either, and then I did. By some miracle, I watched it when you gave me the code, and I was like, "Hey, this ain't bad, man.
That's
This
not
ain't
bad at
too
all.
bad."
I was very surprised. And if you don't own it, you can actually stream it on Netflix now as
Mm,
well.
okay.
Um, yeah. So far my horror watches have been pretty decent overall. I'm trying to watch more stuff I haven't seen and bring it to the
Yeah.
table.
Yeah,
So
man.
yeah, uh, I was very excited. I'm gonna try to watch Chernobyl Diaries next as one of the
I
movies.
saw that. It's not bad, dude. Yeah, I
So
think
yeah,
you like
I'm gonna
like
check
it.
it out. And then I'll watch two other things. Well, I was gonna say Bly Manor is also on my list, but I don't know if we want to talk a little bit about it.
You want to talk a little? Just one
I,
episode.
I think we'll probably wait till you actually catch up a little bit more on that.
Do you guys want to keep watching it? How about that?
I do.
I
I
mean,
do.
I'm already halfway done, so I might as well.
Yeah. I mean, I will say just
Fuck
again, I
you,
don't.
man.
I'm not
I
gonna
will
get
say, I will
into
say that I think I like what was Haunting Hill,
onto the hill.
or what was the other one?
Um,
Haunting
House
of
on
Hill
Haunted
House.
Hill? No, yeah, Haunting of Hill House.
Yeah.
I think I like that one more so far.
Oh yeah.
Uh, yeah. Just touch on it really quick. I, the writing is still really good in the show. The writing is absolutely fantastic. It's a different way of telling a story for this one because in the
Yeah, it's a different vibe.
in
Mm,
the first series, we are following a family, so there's
mm,
more time to learn each of these characters individually and kind of space it
that's
out.
true.
And this is more a condensed story with like one main character with little side characters instead of having like six main characters. We're like down to like one or two.
That's true.
But with that being said, I think it's again, it's not as suspenseful, but there's enough there to like intrigue to make it keep going. Go like, okay, this is interesting. Things are starting to pick up a little bit, and we're learning more of the background of these characters and all that kind of
Hmm.
stuff. So I am invested still. So far it's not as good as the first series, but I think it's still worth the watch and binge. So
Sonny,
Hmm.
have you seen more dead people in this show?
oh yeah,
Like, you know what I'm talking about?
yeah.
Hmm.
There are some that are really well hidden still. You kind of have to really pay attention, but I think it's more in your face in this season, but to
Hmm.
help build tension. But there are some surprising ones that come out of nowhere, and like you really have to pay attention for like a split second, or you're gonna miss them. So that's
I
still
think
kind
Yeah.
I think
of
it's interesting that you see more ghosts in this, but you like the other one more.
yeah, yeah.
Well,
Well,
because I think that's when you know what you're looking for. You
Mm.
gotta watch it, man, and then you'll see.
yeah, just gotta
You'll
watch
see
it.
what we're talking about.
Hmm.
But
This
yeah,
one is a lot more story driven.
It's kind of
Like,
like
not saying
connected, but not, right?
no, I don't think it's
no,
connected. So far, it's not
so
connected.
far no, so far no.
Okay.
Yeah,
This one's
yeah, this,
like American Horror Story, where they're reusing some
Okay.
actors,
All right.
but
yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this like it feels like more old school horror or old school ghost story, while the first one was more like a family drama that just so happened to involve ghosts, and it was really you got invested in all those characters. There were
Yeah.
times where it's utterly terrifying and great camera work. This is more of like a ghost story type of thing, and
Okay.
so far.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to finish it before the next show, depending on how busy I get this week. But I'm gonna try to knock out at least another episode or two tomorrow. So we'll see. But I'm in.
Man, that's good. I mean, yeah, I've been looking for Halloween content. So, I mean, that's kind of like part of my nerd out that's the stuff I was watching. I think it was more like, I mean, I know it's planned by these companies, but it seems like, that's what I ended up doing this week was all Halloween horror stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna try and keep that up.
Please do, and then kind of tell us where you're at, and hopefully we
Yeah.
can go more in depth with it next week.
Some of it is like rewatching horror stuff that I've seen before.
Sure. But if we don't have anything else to add, is it time to end the show here?
I think so.
Yeah.
We had a good time. Talked about horror, talked about news, but it's time to go.
Head on out. I gotta hit the road. So if you guys are
Hit the
interested in listening to the audio version of this podcast, go over to Spotify or use any any podcasting app, and you can find us there. You want to watch the visual portion of this podcast, see our beautiful mugs. You can go to YouTube, type in 3 Nerds on a Sunday. Keep up on all the news and updates, and when the show comes out, always on Sunday. Time varies, but Sunday we will be there. Follow us on Facebook, 3 Nerds on a Sunday. We are on Twitter, not nearly as active on there, but we do have one. So I think with that being said, thank you everyone for tuning in, and we hope to entertain you again next week. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
How do you stop recording? I'm not used to it.